This is a chapter from my next book, Awakening Humanity, Our Place Among Extraterrestrials and Angels. Please enjoy Chapter 2, An Extraordinary Extraterrestrial. My next encounter came exactly 2 months later on December 9th, 2020. This one, too, started out as a dream, but was much different from the previous encounter. I dreamt I was in the hay barn at my parents' farm, and there, lying face up, half concealed by loose hay, was a strange but beautiful-looking being. I took one glance at it and thought, "She's a female." With this thought, she corrected me telepathically. "No, I am a woman." I instantly understood why she had corrected me. She was not just a female, as one would describe the gender of an animal. She was a woman, indicating we were the same in mind and spirit, though different in physical form. I stared down at her and was stunned by her strange beauty. She had a smooth, hairless head with a small dorsal fin lying flat on top. Her skin was a mottled color of a mixture of browns, like varied beach sand, that appeared to shift in shade and tone. It seemed her skin could change color just like that of a squid or octopus, and the texture of it appeared equally as soft and smooth. I was mesmerized by the beauty of it. Then I looked into her eyes. I scarcely have words to describe them. They had round black pupils, much like a human eye, but the iris was a translucent golden amber, filling in the rest of her eyes with a light that seemed to shine from within. Their warm glow conveyed nothing but gentle kindness and love. My eyes traveled down her face. Her nose was a thin, pointed bump, barely perceptible, with no opening for air that I could see. It made her appear somewhat aerodynamic. Her face was smooth where her lips should have been, and instead, she had a set of furry-looking short tentacles hanging from just above her chin, which moved slightly. Her mouth opening was not unlike what some sea snails have. I also noticed a set of 3 gills gently pulsating on each side of her neck. The feeling she emanated was pure goodness and gentle strength. I felt she was courageous, loving, and completely trustworthy in all ways. I also wondered how such a being, so different from how we humans look, could appear so mesmerizingly beautiful to me. She then mentally communicated to me she was in desperate need of my help. She said, "I need 2 things from you. I need you to hide me here, for there are people searching for me who want to capture or kill me. Second, I need water." Setting all differences aside, I instantly wanted to help this gentle, graceful, kind squid woman. "Okay," I replied without hesitation. "First, let's get you more hidden. Then I'll run up to the house and get you a whole 5-gallon bucket of water." "No," she said. "Don't waste any time hiding me further. Just get the water, but not in such an unwieldy container that it will slow you down. I need only a glassful, or even a wet towel will be sufficient. The amount is not so important as your haste." I then realized she was close to death, and the water would save her life. I hurried out of the barn, and an instant later I found myself handing her a glassful. As she drank, her beautiful eyes met mine over the glass, piercing me with her loving amber-lit gaze. The intensity of this interaction sort of woke me up and suddenly caused me to become aware this was a dream, and I could feel myself still lying in my bed at home. Yet the dream did not end, but merely shifted into a more lucid mental state. "So, we're not really in my parents' barn," I concluded, "and you're not actually dying or in any real danger." "No, we are not actually in the barn, and I am not dying or being hunted," she replied. that was merely a dream story scenario intended to engage you with me in an exciting and loving way, appealing to your sense of adventure and desire to help others. It was a way for you to instantly accept me and see beyond my strange and foreign form. By giving you a role that provided you an opportunity to help me, all fear of me was instantly replaced with love. This then caused you to feel comfortable enough with me to commence with this conversation. If you were to feel fear, our connection would be broken, and you would have simply woken up instead of entering this lucid state of awareness, where I can communicate with you freely. The joy of helping through selfless service to another always triumphs over fear. You can overcome any fear through redirecting your energy towards some form of helpfulness. Fear separates or disconnects, and love always unites or joins. And so, I decided this was the most exciting and effective way to introduce myself to you and establish a loving connection. You enjoyed this small, pretend rescue adventure with me, yes? "Oh, yes," I answered. "I enjoyed that a lot. The act of helping you was exciting and instantly made me feel like we're friends." "So, what is your name?" "I have no name pronounceable in your language. You may call me whatever seems to most closely match my vibration." It took me only a heartbeat to feel her energy and say, "Martha, you feel warm, devoted, honest, loving, and strong, with a soft, quiet beauty that, to me, the name Martha conveys." "Perfect," she replied. I then desired to see more of her, and she showed me her long arms that had fins along the forearms. She flared them for me to show they extended about 10 centimeters. She explained that they were used to push against water to swim backwards, as well as make sharp turns at high speeds. The rest of her body was not much shorter than an average human woman, but it was sleek and narrow, with no discernible female body parts. She then showed me her hands. She had long, webbed fingers like an aquatic frog, and an image came into my mind that her feet were the same, like giant scuba flippers. Her chest was convex. The sternum protruded about 4 centimeters outward to form a vertical ridge, reminding me of the pointed prow of a boat. Everything about her looked very aerodynamic. She wore a one-piece dark blue skin-tight suit that had no sleeves, but then, to my surprise, the second I observed it, it disappeared. "We do not need clothes, but only wear them to help others feel we are not so different," she said in explanation of the sudden disappearance of her clothing. "I see gills on your neck. Are your people aquatic then?" I asked. "We began life in the great salty waters of our planet, and after mastering the sea, we evolved legs and the ability to breathe air through our gills, and then mastered the land. Next, we took to the air, and finally the endless space of our galaxy and beyond." I was amazed to hear this, and wondered how much water they had on her planet. "Actually, our planet has less ocean than yours. Ours is just under 50% sea, but the water is 1/3 more salty," she replied telepathically. "You may ask me another question if you would like." The first question that came to my mind was, "How do you raise your children? What is your family life like?" "We women carry between 2 and 4 eggs in our abdomen. These are fertilized by our male mate at the time of family readiness. Then the eggs are excreted on the day they are ready to hatch. The younglings are all reared at the same time, along with other couples who are ready to begin a family. We time our births in seasons, so our children are born in groups of the same age to create an efficient learning environment." "How often does a couple have children?" I wondered. "How many in a lifetime?" "We do this only once per lifetime, and it is optimal to have an even number of children so they can be paired for certain learning activities in the family unit. If a couple spawns more than once, it is greatly frowned upon and considered a selfish act. However, this occurrence is nearly non-existent. It is impossible for our births to be an accident. However, if a couple so chooses, and there is need, they can donate their pre-fertilized eggs to another couple to be carried and raised. Or, if they have an odd number, they can also donate an egg to another couple with an odd number, although it is rare to have only one egg or more than 4. And with that, I was suddenly fully conscious and lying awake in my bed. I tried to reach out to her over the next few days, but without success. I wondered when or if I would ever have contact with her again. At that time, I had no idea my next encounter with her would be 32 days away. This concludes Chapter 3 from my book, Awakening Humanity, Our Place Among Extraterrestrials and Angels. For more information, please visit my website at bethgear.com.